Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Chaos TV. And we have now got Moscow5 up against Team SoloMid. Game number 2, Moscow5 did lose the first one. I don't really want to go over it again. This is a fresh start, a new game, and I hope a very close game at that. There has been a lineup change in the works in this game. Winner has now taken Ghosty Pepper's slot at that support role. He's going to be on that Blitzcrank at the bot lane with Genja. So we're just going to have to see how this one pans out. Doesn't look like there's going to be any level 1 fights to start us off with. Fiora in this bush in river, just waiting for an anticipated crossover from TSM, but that is not going to happen. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty standard play. They're going to be both defensive and no level 1 fights.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the bot lane though, coming here from Moscow5. I mean, Blitzcrank and Ezreal, it's a bit iffy, especially against the likes of Corki with Valkyrie. He's going to find it very easy to just dart away from the grabs coming in there from Blitzcrank. And of course, a lot of the action from Moscow5's perspective is going to be counting on Blitzcrank landing those pulls. So, not too sure about that one. In my opinion, Corki and Leona should have that one quite comfortably.
Yep, absolutely. Corki and Leona bot lane, so strong. A definite kill lane, and we definitely need to keep our eyes on towards it. Fiora is actually just going backwards and forwards towards Race, but sees Reginald's there just defending as Odd One will get that one and go towards his red. No problem there. Fiora goes back towards top. Maybe going to go for an invade or just anticipate someone crossing over into this tribe bush, but I don't think it's going to happen. Odd One is going to get this red with a little assist from Dyrus. And that is all she wrote for now. Dyrus going to go back towards lane. Reginald in lane now, up against Alex Ich, bot lane. Chaos Alex Special facing off against Winner and Genja. So they have all taken positions, and now we have to just hold on tightly, wait for that first kill to come down, a first gank to come out from one of these teams, and then hopefully it just opens up a bunch of action.
Yeah, it's just kind of the standard game, Enzi, where, you know, no early team fights have kicked off here, so it's pretty much just going to be down to which of the junglers gets active quickest. Are you going to have a Lee Sin darting out there with Safeguard and trying to land the Resonating Strike and Sonic Waves, or are we going to see a cheeky Nocturne gank with, of course, unspeakable horror there, trying to just fear out a player? And I think this one is definitely going to be a much slower paced affair than the last game, Enzi, because, I mean, Moscow5 probably going to be a bit more tentative right now, don't want to give any early bloods away due to the fact they are 1-0 down, and TSM are going to be more than happy just to keep farming because they have the double AP, so they're going to be happy enough waiting out for those double Woters if that's what they're going to pick, and of course you need farm for that. And at bot lane as well, once Corki gets that Trinity Force, he's an absolute nightmare. So TSM are going to be very happy with the slow, steady approach here.
Yeah, we've seen countless number of times when Corgi has been played from Chaos, that Trinity Force comes out very early on and does a hell of a load of damage. So it's going to be interesting to see. Reginald is in that mid lane, is going to push that. Nocturne is in the Tribush at top, maybe waiting for a supreme opportunity just to go out and look for a gank on towards Darian, but he is going to back away, not bother about that. Bot lane, it looks like Chaos and X Special are going to push. Have to be careful though, especially when that lane pushes. Blitzcrank has the option to pull either one if they get in position. X Special gets pulled, knocked up in the air, Exhaust goes down. Genja very low, but he's standing right behind that wall, scouting out very slowly. Is X Special going to go down? First blood it is. Lee Sin is going to dive on towards Chaos, but it is going to back away afterwards. So first blood goes down. Moscow5 on towards X Special. Genja getting the first kill, and now Nocturne is at top lane. Odd One wants to get one back here. The first blood's gone down. Dustbringer has been popped, but he's not going to bother about it. Darian was too close to his tower, and now Odd One will go back maybe towards the mid lane, although Rise is recalling now, so that is not going to be any use at all. But a nice gank coming out from Lee Sin. Really nice stuff from Genja, just staying behind that wall there and just scouting out the opposition and just doing some damage and really laying it down towards TSM at that bot lane. So really nice stuff, and TSM, they have to be careful of that pull. That's exactly why Blitzcrank is such a unique champion. Can pull, knock up, and boom, you're dead.
Absolutely, and Blitzcrank doing exactly what you want your crank to be doing right there. This, you know, pulling back the players, getting his AD carry the kills, That's exactly what they're going to want to rinse and repeat time and time again. Very important kill that as well for Moscow 5, because that is going to give them the slight upper hand here going into this second game, which of course they need. They have to win this NZ, and I think that's going to make them feel a tiny bit happier, because I'm not sure about you, NZ, but I think if I'd lost that last game in the nature that they'd lost, I'd be kind of down right now.
Yeah, I would definitely be the same. I mean, losing a game like that, whether it was a disconnect, whether it was a rage quit, I have no idea, but definitely not a good thing to lose in that kind of respect. So we're just going to have to see how Moscow5 does fend off against it. Lee Sin is up top in that Tribush, ready and waiting to dive on towards Darius there, but he did miss his cue. Diamond Crocs did, so that should be alright for Darius to go back, although it was a great opportunity that wasn't really made the most of from Diamond Crocs out of that top lane. So he's going to go back down from that river. Bot lane we do see Chaos and Special pushing once again, and they're playing a dangerous game, because you have a hungry Blitzcrank ready to pull his opposition when he feels like it. As that is Winner and Genja out of that bot lane. Gosu Pepper subbing out now, as Winner is ready and waiting. They're just farming up the creeps. Let's have a quick look early on what it's going to go like in each lane. Cassiopeia with 37, Rise with 36, despite that lane being pushed about 80% of the time. Fiora has got 28, Kennen with 40 or 39. Bot lane we do see Chaos with 39 as well, and Ezreal on 45. So Ezreal doing a nice job despite the pushing coming on from Chaos, and especially when that pressure being applied at bot lane, but that is not going to bother them one bit, because they're still keeping their CS up and such. As Lee Sin could come into contact with Reginald, they're definitely going for maybe a counter jungle. The ward is in this bush, so they see Reginald going backwards and forwards here towards the opposition jungle, but Odd One is not in place. He's going to go towards his red, and I don't think anything is really going to happen.
No, as I said before, I think it's going to be a very slow, steady, methodical, kind of well-oiled machine approach from both teams here. Just trying to pick up the creep score wherever they can, allow the important players here to really try and flourish and come to fruition, and try and push it towards the mid to late game. Because I think both teams, relatively speaking, have strong mid to late game comps here. So it's going to come down to those ganks, Enzi. I have to say, I think the two junglers are going to make or break this game.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to them junglers right now. And Lee Sin, he's got one gank, he's got one kill with it. Let's have a look what Diamond can do. Ward in the bush. They see Diamond coming down from that side bush, but nothing's really going to go over. He is just going to go back towards his wolves. Bot lane, mid lane right now, looks to be pushing from Genja now. But apart from that, it's very slow. Both teams look pretty much they're kind of playing safe right now. Reginald going to go towards his blue. And, you know, all lanes pretty much in the middle part. Pretty hard for a jungler to just come in from that, because obviously Flash is available on, I think, every single champion right now. So that is at anyone's disposal if they do choose to use it. As Fiora is going to push this top lane, so Darius is not going to be vulnerable for them ganks unless Diamond Prox wants to go for a dive. There was a ward in the bush, so they know Diamond Prox is coming up towards that tri-bush. Is Darius really going to fall for this? That's the question, and it's going to be answered shortly. I think he's trying to bait Fiora out, and here comes Lee Sin, flashes over, kick right back, dives on towards Darius, and that is a dead Darius, courtesy of Diamond Prox and Darien at top lane. That was absolutely supreme play from Moscow5 right there. Flash straight over that wall, kick back, dive straight on towards Kennen. Great Q landed as well. But here comes that special, and Reginald trying to dive down on towards Alex Edge, and Reginald has ultimated over the wall. A brilliant stun to perfection from X Special. That was all X Special right there. And then Reginald, who actually ultimated over the wall. So great stuff from them two players. Odd One came in just in case as well. And now they're going for this dragon. Can Ezreal get a steal in? The answer is a no, as Smite does come into play. Action coming out from both sides of the map. A great play at top lane, and now a great play under that dragon. Awesome stuff already out of this game. And the one thing I don't want right now is the summoner has disconnected.
It'd definitely be a kick to the gut there. But man, that gank at top from Lee Sin, that kick was absolutely sublime. Pixel perfect play. And of course they did manage to close off the kill onto Dyrus. So that could prove to be very, very important. You know, Lee Sin has been very active for his team so far, picking up 2 assists with 2 kills on the board for Moscow5. And that's exactly what you want from your jungler.
Absolutely, and really I don't have to stress how good that was played from Reggie right there to get over that wall and then land the ultimate. That was really, really nice stuff. So he anticipated the flash possibly from Ryze going over that wall, and it was great. Bot lane, it looks like Blitz is going to knock both Chaos and Xpecial up, and a brilliant pull. Is this going to be a kill? No! Chaos is going to jump straight away. Now Genja has to be careful, but Chaos is very low, but so is Genja. Genja, on less of the HP, has to flash out of that stun, but now is Blitz going to fall victim to the onslaught from TSM? The question has been answered, and Lee Sin is going to get a kill back after Chaos does get one, but Diamond is going to go for this dive, should be able to get it, has his Q up, but Chaos with the jump away, and he's going to be safe there. I really feel Diamond was a bit late with that Q, but I think it was on cooldown, so it pretty much explains that one. But great play from Chaos to get out of there. It was a bit unfortunate though that Xpecial went down, but despite their big plays coming out from both sides of the maps, all around the map from every single player, this is the game I wanted to see, not game number 1. Reginald in the mid, going on towards Alex Nitch as Lee Sin will come to the rescue, dive back, Q lands, and here comes Ryze. Alex Itch with the kill, Reginald falls, and Dyrus has to go very defensive at top lane as well. Wow! This is a game we wanted to see, neck and neck, plays coming out from every single direction. Vince, this is the TSM M5 game I wanted to see.
That was such a good dodge at top lane though, Enzy, from Chaos. I know you mentioned, you know, you thought the Q should landed from Lee, but, you know, Chaos was waiting, he was waiting, he didn't want to pop the Valkyrie too soon. As soon as he saw the resonating strike Sonic Wave come out there, he was instantly pressing the Valkyrie button. Exquisite play from him. And the 4-2 for Moscow5. And as you say, NZ, this already so much better than that first game. Let's just forget about that first game. Let's pretend it never happened and carry on in this same awesome action.
Absolutely. This is what we wanted to see, as Odd One will go back towards that top lane, but I am just going to keep my eye at this bot lane, because it seems like everything is just developing from this bot lane. And this Lee Sin, man, he's been doing, like, he's made about 3 plays right now. He has a kill for himself as well, 3 assists. The kicks have been superb. He's landed every single Q. Really nice start from Diamond Procs in that jungle. Really big props to Diamond right now, making them plays happen. But bot lane, it looks like more action is going to come underway. Winner is going to die, but has to go in the defensive. Stun lands, but the shield comes up, but Winner looks to be falling, but Xpecial could fall first. Both supports very low. Xpecial will escape. Is Chaos? Yes, he is, but Xpecial is going to pay for his life. And Chaos could maybe go down, but no, Genja is going to get the hell out of there. But that is what you want from your support player. Great stuff from Xpecial to keep his AD carry up with, I think, about 10 HP. Wow, Vince. Just wow. I'm not sure if you've actually seen that or it's going underway right now. But that was just superb play from Xpecial. Both players, you know, it was a kill for a kill. That bot lane has been so exciting.
Just we called it at the start, though, and you know, in Champion Select, it was the one to watch for. Kill lane all over the place. And I'm going to ask you a quick question, NZ. Look at Ezreal's build. That's kind of interesting. Glacial Shroud, more than likely going to be building towards the Frozen Heart. What are your thoughts on that build?
I'm not sure. I personally haven't seen it all that much. I mean, if he wants to go the tanky way, he wants to go a tanky way, I guess. But apart from that, not really sure. If it's going to work, it's going to work. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. I mean, he's got 2 kills at the moment, so he kind of has the freedom to play around with a few items and such. But we're just going to have to see how this one develops, Vince, and see how it really plays out. As the bot lane Xpecial will put the ward in that side bush, as Winner is the only player left in the lane. But here comes Genja to join his support player of Winner. And now Chaos and Xpecial on the attack. But is Blitzcrank going to land that all-important pull that could maybe get them a kill? Doesn't look likely at the moment, as Chaos and Xpecial playing much more defensive than what they have actually been. Odd One maybe get in position for a blue or even a gank at bot lane. He has his ultimate up, and he's ready to use it at any time. They do see Odd One coming down right now. He has put the pink down, so he's going to clear that ward. So the option of vision is going to go. Diamond Prox is going to come down for a gank. Maybe no, he's just going to opt to go back towards the river, and he's going to put his own pink down and destroy the pink. Odd One put down as well, and another ward. So 2 wards getting absolutely demolished from Diamond Prox in that river. So no vision at all apart from that small bush in the river. He's just anticipating X Special to put another ward down. They have no ward coverage so far. X Special very, very kind of hesitant on what he actually plays, and here comes Rise at the bot lane. Carrix has to jump away as Winnie is going to try and land a pull. It's not going to happen though. X Special and Odd One going to come around the corner. They're going to start this dragon. We could see a team fight on the cards as the pink does go down. They're going to cancel the dragon, but Lee Sin is going to go. Pull does land, and Dyrus could fall in an instant. Yes, he is, and the stun comes in from Leona, but Cassio will fall courtesy of Fiore, Genja and Winner both very low. Rise will get a double kill. Nocturne going down as well. X Special is going to fall from Darian. And that was a 1-for-4 exchange, and now a possible dragon from Moscow5. Supreme, superb play from Moscow5 right now. Gonna get that dragon. They're gonna increase their gold advantage, and well played to initiate that fight with the Blitzcrank. That's what you want from a Blitzcrank player, is landing them pulls, initiating them team fights, especially on a player like a Kennen. He couldn't even use his ultimate on that. He couldn't even use his ultimate, it was that quick.
Well, I mean, that in a nutshell is why you pick a Blitzcrank, Kenzie. That is a prime example right there. Kennen is a danger play. You have the likes of a Kennen and Cassiopeia as well. You pull the Kennen in, you neutralise him as soon as possible. Slicing Maelstrom will not play any part of that team fight. That's a massive plus in your favour. And of course, as well, the fact that Ezreal is building relatively tanky. This reminds me very much of Genja's Urgot build as well, and it seems to be identical. He's going to be very tanky, and he's going to be able to stand toe-to-toe in those team fights for a long time. So it's looking incredibly good for Moscow5 right now.
Absolutely, that last fight was 1-4 and a dragon as well. So I think TSM probably going to go on the defensive for a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see though, you know, if they didn't get, you know, that pull landed from Blitzcrank, what could they have done? You know, Kennen is a huge loss in a team fight, especially with that ultimate. So we're just going to have to see what happens next time. But X Special and Chaos at that bot lane. I've just been mainly focused on this bot lane. That's where all the action is going down. Is in the bottom half of the river and in the river and around that dragon. That's where everything's going down. And well, do I have to say more than that? As Odd One will put the wall down in that bush. Fiora and Dyrus at the top lane. Maybe this is a good time to maybe go over a couple CS differences, although I'm so afraid that something's just going to happen at this bot lane. Corki on 123, Ezreal on 130, Fiora on 127, Kennen on 104, Cassiopeia with 139, and Rise with 139. So very close in that mid lane especially, as the ward goes down in the opposition bush at the side. But it definitely looks both teams are, you know, going for a more slow approach right now. I think TSM realize they know they're weak. They need to get their farm up a little bit. Maybe catch a couple players out if they can. But here comes Chaos. He's going to push and apply some pressure on towards Genja. But Chaos is receiving a lot of damage here from Genja right now. Genja is currently on 2-0, and so is Chaos. He's on 2-0 as well, so it's all even Stevens. Although Ezreal has 5 assists, he's picked up the Glacial Shroud and the Brutalizer and the Double Doran's Blade and Mercrest to go along with that. Ezreal has, and Chaos has got the Doran's Blade, the Phage, the Sheen, and the Brawler's Gloves, with just them standard boots going towards that Trinity Force. As here comes Rise, he's going to teleport on towards the ward. X Special could fall, but he's just dodged the pull from Blitzcrank right there, but he should go down regardless. Genja will finish him off with that ultimate. So really nice stuff at that bot lane for Rise to teleport right down on towards that ward and catch out X Special completely out of position. Really nice stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, this build from Ezreal is making more and more sense to me, Enzi. You have a look, they've got the likes of a Fiora on 4-0, Lee Sin has started off strong here, so they've got a lot of damage on their team. Apart from Blitzcrank, the entirety of the rest of their lineup in Moscow5 can output all kinds of damage. So it makes sense that Ezreal will go a tiny bit tankier, allow himself to stand in those team fights for longer, and to put more sustained damage down. He's not going to be the kind of glass cannon AD that kind of has to get out of dodge and spam away from a distance. Ezreal can right now now stand in the middle of that team fight and take it all and give it back just as good. So Moscow5 are looking way ahead in my opinion. Just purely on the team comp right now and how they're building it, it just looks so strong. But having said that, NZ, on the other side, you got Cassiopeia and Kennen. If they can just land one good combination together, it's a team ace in the making.
Yeah, absolutely. We did actually see while you were talking mid lane, I couldn't even interrupt, it was that quick. A pull from Blitzcrank and Reginald completely got bursted down in that mid lane. So another kill coming out for Moscow5. And here comes Diamond at that top lane. Is he going to be able to land a kick or something? He is going to miss the Q as Dyrus will juke that one out. No problem whatsoever. So he should be safe unless Diamond is just going to release his ninja skills and kick someone back, but they should be able to get this top turret down, no problem whatsoever, as actually the minions up. Yeah, he should be fine. Darius is just going to recall right now. Diamond is going to go back towards the river. Bot lane we see pushed once again from Chaos and X Special. A bit surprising to say the least. I mean, they've got caught out a few times at bot lane, but they seem a bit confident and keeping pushing. But maybe they're just going towards mid or something, maybe preparing for a dragon, as they are going to meet up with Reginald in that bush. As they will go towards this mid lane, going to probably try and set something up, maybe get mid down, not completely sure. Yep, they're definitely going to be going for this mid turret, as Lee Sin is going to go in towards mid, destroy that minion, but this mid turret should go down now. So TSM with a turret of their own, a turret for a turret. Ezreal is still at bot lane. Diamond is ready and he's on the prowl with that Q. He does miss. I can only imagine what he could have done with hitting that, but when it is coming down with that Blitzcrank and he's maybe going to try and land a pull, I would have thought maybe he would have gone into the position that Lee Sin was in to try and land a pull of some kind, but he didn't. He is going to go towards the race, I think accidentally hitting them, as he's going to try and land a pull. If he can land a pull here, this could be a kill. The ultimate from Reginald is going to miss Blitzcrank right there. Ouch! And I think they're actually going to see that with the ward and obviously the kind of spray that comes through. So Reginald ultimate is down after that complete fail on towards Blitzcrank, and I think Dragon is definitely going to be up soon. Darius, although, is going to go up towards the top lane. Moscow5 in that Dragon pit. It's definitely going to be up right now, and it's not going to be even contested. I don't even know if there's a timer down. They didn't even want to try that. They know they're behind. They don't want to contest it. They don't want to lose out in another team fight. But the thing is, if you don't try, you never know if you're going to win. I mean, the last thing they want right now is to fall behind even more. And after that Dragon, the gold difference is going up and up and up. But Winner is waiting in this bush in mid, waiting for a time for Reginald to just push out position and try and land a pull, but it doesn't look like it's going to be realistic, as Rise is going to back away, as bot turret will go down courtesy of Ezreal, and that's all she wrote at the moment, Vince.
Yeah, I think there comes a time in every game, NZ, where a team starts to fall behind, it's escalating out of control, and there's kind of a make or break moment where they have to think, okay, we have to start pushing back, we have to keep applying the pressure ourselves, otherwise we're actually going to end up playing ourselves out of contention. But you know, Moscow5, going back to IEM Kiev, are the masters at pushing a victory home. I very, very rarely see these guys slip up. They're so good, pushing the opposition jungle, pushing the lanes, really just keeping that pressure applied for numerous minutes and not letting up. So TSM are pretty much just going to have to push back extremely strong, or Moscow5 are going to win this one and basically smother TSM out of it.
Yeah, and whilst you're actually talking, Fiora just dived on towards Dyrus, there's a kill exchange, and now they're going for a Baron. Winner misses a pull by just an inch. Maybe Odd One going to try and go for a steal, doesn't look likely. I think it's going to be done. Leona did try that ultimate. Is Odd One going to get another steal? We saw this a couple nights ago. Yes, he is. No, he isn't actually. I completely failed. Genji is going to get the kill. Reginald goes down. The pull lands on towards Chaos. He's going to go down very shortly. Well, I suppose so. Rise will land the kill on towards X Special as well. Chaos is definitely going to fall right now. Here comes the ace. There's the surrender. And we are going to see game number 3, Moscow5 take it. And to be honest, that wasn't close going towards later on in that game. I mean, early on in that game, you know, we saw signs very close. But towards that late game, Moscow5, so good. Especially them ganks from Diamond Procs right there towards that early game. Just awesome with that Lee Sin. I would not be surprised one bit if we see him ban this game.
Well, as I said before, NZ, you know, Moscow5 are the masters at pushing home a win. They just don't let up. They keep the pace, they keep it going, they don't go back needlessly, they just push forward as a unit, and it's very, very difficult to actually counteract that one. As soon as Moscow5 start to bridge the 5k gold advantage or so, the likelihood is they're going to push and they're going to win. So, completely understandable surrender vote coming in there from TSM. I couldn't really see a way back for them either.